my grade 8 students. I am Sarah Magallanes and you can call me Teacher Sarah. Before we start our discussions, let's play a game first. Do you want to play a game? Okay, are you ready to play a game? Let's start. I have here the jumbled letters. All you need to do is to assemble the jumbled letters to get the correct words. Ready? Game! Our first word, we have
You're right. It's simile. You're right. It's oxymoron. You're right. It's hyperbole. You're right. It's metaphor. You're right. It's onomatopoeia. And last, we have You're always right. It's personification.
So, how's the game? Is it fun? Okay, very good. But before we start our lesson, again, I have here a random pictures. All you need to do is to give the ideas or insights you have about the pictures. Okay, students, what have you noticed about our previous activities? Do you have any idea what topic we will tackle today? Okay, very good. Our topic today is about figurative language. So, here's our learning objectives. The first one, identify what is figurative language. Second, interpret figurative language. And last, create a sentences using figurative language. When we say figurative language, it is phrasing that goes beyond the literal meaning of words to get a message or point across. Figurative language comes from the old French word figurative, meaning metaphorical. Let's proceed to the types of figurative language. The first one, we have simile. When we say simile, it is a comparison of two things using like or as. For example, the metal twisted like a ribbon. Again, the metal twisted like a ribbon. Another example, she is as sweet as candy. Again, she is as sweet as candy. Take note that using like or as doesn't make a simile. A comparison must be made. For example, I like pizza. That is not a simile. Instead, say, the moon is like a pizza. Did you get me? Okay, very good. Next, we have metaphor. When we say metaphor, it is the opposite of simile. Because when we say metaphor, it is two things are compared without using like or as. Again, without using like or as. For example, all the world is a stage. Again, all the world is a stage. Next, men are dogs. Again, men are dogs. Another example, her heart are stone. Again, her heart are stone. Another types of figurative language, we have personification. Again, personification. When we say personification, it is giving human traits to objects or ideas. For example, sunlight dance. Again, the sunlight dance. Another example. Water on the lake shivers. Again, water on the lake shivers. Next type of figurative language is hyperbole. When we say hyperbole, it is exaggerating to show strong feeling or effects. For example, I will love you forever. Again, I will love you forever. Next, my house is 1,000,000 miles away. Did you get me? Very good. Next, we have onomatopoeia. When we say onomatopoeia, it is a word that makes a sound. A word that makes a sound. For example, pop, slump, ping, and splat. Last, we have oxymoron. When we say oxymoron, it is two words that put together but opposites to each other. For example, pretty, ugly, alone, together, living, dead, and freezer, bird. Class, let's assume that you've seen your classmates struggling in the topic figurative language. He doesn't know how to identify the type of figurative language in a certain text, so he asks for an advice from you. What would be your advice? How will you help him? Okay, very good. Now that I'm done with my discussions, I have a questions. First, what is figurative language? Next, what are the types of figurative language? And last, do you think it is important to know the types of figurative language? Why or why not?
Okay, get 1/4 sheet of paper, then answer the following questions.
That's all for today. Again, my name is Sana Magallanes, your teacher